Hi, my name is Lach, and this is Luminous. Luminous is a game about a small creature of light known as, Luminous. Luminous was cast out of the city of Embers as it was getting attacked by shadows after farming and getting ore for their people. The goal of Luminous is to make the way back to the city of Ember, making tough choices along the way, trying to help people re-illuminate the land, and then try and help fight off the shadows from the city of Ember. It's a tile-laying, roguelike game with very tough choices. Now, for setup, what you're going to do is you have two cards here that are put together to make one large stat card, and these are used for your stats. So you have your energy, which is kind of the health of Luminous, plus a little bit more. As there's also their endurance. This is for healing and special abilities, and also carrying limit. And yes, and then this is their concentration. So this is for unlocking abilities, being able to gain abilities, as well as in battle and making decisions to have greater concentration and greater effect. Over here is Luminous's abilities, specifically in battle, and the effect of the items that Luminous has. I have my event deck here, and up here I've set aside 3 cards that are the bosses that I'll face at the end. Tiles are going to be up to you. I normally hold them in my hand because they're the only part that I have to shuffle after each realm. And then of course you need 2d6, and I like to use black mini meeples, but you can use any markers. Color of the markers is completely interchangeable. But I like to use red for energy, yellow for endurance, orange for concentration, and then black for shadows, unexplored events, and the likes. Now, these are the items that Luminous carries, and Luminous is going to start off with 1 ore and 1 focus. A focus, when held, is a +1 to all successful attacks in battle. And it can also be used to double the damage dealt, as well as burned just for health. Or it can be used to replace Luminous's ability, Reckless Charge, which normally costs a large amount of 2 energy and 2 endurance. Or is the food. It is the health potion. As Luminous loses energy, they can burn ore to either gain quickly a 10 energy, or if they have very high endurance, they can use ore to go all the way up to whatever their endurance level is. So it's either a base 10 or for endurance. Now, as Luminous travels, it takes a lot of energy. So every time a tile is laid, Luminous's energy is going to be decreased by 1. In this case, I've moved straight on to my first encounter. And what luck, I've started with the tower, and I now have a choice. I can either do my best to eliminate the whole realm ahead of time. Now do note this is 1 in 30 chance. I can illuminate 4 tiles for low cost of 3, or I can illuminate 1 tile for free. I also have the option to gain a new ability, and to do that I can spend 6 endurance, which I don't have yet, so I can't take. But if I had it, I could spend 2 endurance to place a tile without moving. So I can start spending, so I don't always have to spend my energy. There's always ways to alleviate pressure. In this case, let's try spending 3, and I'm going to place 4 tiles. Now, automatically, I've come to another encounter, and I'm just going to place a meeple there so that I remember that I haven't been there yet, and I have to solve it before the end. Now, I can place these. Oh, there's another. I can place these however I would like, as long as there's an open walkway available. There we go. Now there's already 2 more of my events available, and I've already placed 4 of my tiles with free movement available to me. So at this point, Luminous can move for free because all of these tiles are explored, meaning I don't have to spend anything. So I go here, I'll remove a meeple, and flip the next card. Oh man, it's a rock slide. So I can try and make it, which I would roll the dice to see what I'm able to get. I might get buried as a result and take some damage. I can take cover. Ooh, maybe I can get an item. That's what this symbol represents. Or I can simply avoid it. Let's see. I have some pretty nice result options for, honestly, either one. But I'm going to try and make it. So what I'm going to do over here is I'm going to roll my 2 dice. Now, if you look down here in my concentration, I only have up to 3s unlocked. And as you see, I rolled a 5 and a 2, which means the 5 is a miss, and the 2 is the effective concentration. So I'm going to look here and notice 2. You make it across. Oh, that's good. So I get to increase my energy back up by 1. So that encounter's done. It's a bummer that I didn't get to destroy the rocks, but we'll take a success where we get it. So now if I move to the next one, I'll remove that, and once again, I still get to move for free for now. For my next encounter, of course, or event, I won't be able to. But, oh man, there's a shadow. So I did forget to mention, you do have 1 extra die, and I prefer to use a D6 that's a 12 millimeter. But if you use a 16 millimeter, you can still use your meeples for this next part. But I like to use this, which is on a 1, and I'll put it on the 6 there. And that's how much health the shadow has. Thankfully for me, I get to see it first. So what I'm going to do is I get the chance now to do an action and a bonus action. So using that same unlocked dice, I can do a standard focus beam and roll. And as you see, I got a 3 and a 1, which means I get both of those results. I also have a focus, so I get to roll do 1 more. So I'm going to decrease that by 5. But it's going to do damage to me. Now I have a good chance, but also a 50-50 chance of missing. Oh, there we go. I succeeded. Now, if I had rolled, let's say, a 5 and a 6, great result normally, but since I haven't unlocked those numbers yet, that would be a miss. And if, let's say that happened, I would take damage from the shadow, unless I use, of course, one of my bonus actions. In this case, I just have the 1, so I could spend an energy to change one of these results. So, sadly, both are out of reach, a 5 and a 6. So I take 1 from the shadow, but I'm also taking 1 damage from missing. But there's always a benefit. Concentration goes up, because you learn your best from failure. And so this is how Luminous is going to play out. As you continue to battle, so probably my next roll, I would defeat this. And after I defeat it, I'm left with 2 choices. 1 is I can try and get a new item. Or 2, I can take this card and take its ability. It's actually pretty tempting because, as you see, it's spend 2 and I can double the amount of damage that I would do on a roll, a specific attack. That's pretty nice. I already have ore, I already have focus. Now, my other choice is I can roll and maybe try and get a ward. Now, what's nice about wards is anytime a shadow attacks, then this would negate one of the damage. So this stops damage. Now, the damage, as you see, is any time for this symbol. So it's not just shadows. This can happen often in encounters, where this can actually help prevent the damage that you would take. As you can see, it also, if I burn it, I can get 10 health, or in battle, I can even prevent damage. Now do note, as the realms go higher, closer to Ember City, the more powerful shadows are there, and they do more damage. So they'll do 5, and even when you're in Ember City, more than 5 damage. So having these, when you only have a maximum of 20 health, can be a big boon. And so with that, this is how you play Luminous. Now, let's say I finished my realm, which of course I haven't because I don't have the last event yet. But as you you return to the portal, subtract 1 energy because you're moving through, illuminating a new tile, and then I just shuffle up these tiles. Nice and simple. Cards stay the same. This card will either be in my discard or underneath here. And as you play, you're doing your best. And let's see if Luminous can make it to Ember City and save the day. Thank you, and keep creating.